issues, but also closed due to allegations of molestation. I mean, why would you agree to live there? Anyway, I was living with my boyfriend, and 3-year-old daughter at the time. My bedroom had a large fireplace that had been boarded up and painted over. This place sounds so creepy. I decided to push my bed up against it one day while I was rearranging things. It was like a headboard. That night around 1 a.m., I had heard a small voice saying, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." I sat up in bed but didn't see anything, so I reached over my boyfriend trying to grab down to my daughter and put her in our bed. I kept feeling around and was still hearing the voice, but I couldn't feel her. My boyfriend woke up and turned the bedside lamp on, asking me, "What the hell are you doing?" I explained that Amelia was trying to get in our bed and I was reaching for her. There was nobody there, of course. My daughter was sound asleep in her room. Then the next night came. Around 1 a.m., again, my dog had started to whimper at my door, so my boyfriend got up to take him outside. You know that feeling in bed when someone lays down next to you, where the bed pushes in and there's a warmth on your back? I felt that, so I assumed my boyfriend had come back to bed. I rolled over. My boyfriend wasn't in bed, and I felt the bed release pressure. Whatever was lying next to me had gotten up in that second. I moved the bed the next day to the other side of the room, and have never had another incident in the 2 years I remained in the house. I would have moved my bed all the way out to another house. Give me a break. Okay, this one's called "You're Lucky, I'm Scared Too." I guess all of these are from Reddit, and this one's about a burglar, which, heck no. Some random thief was in my house, who I spoke to, who left a weird message. What? I was sitting in my room at like 11:30 p.m., heard lots of stuff downstairs, assuming it was my mom, heard her walk up the stairs to my room. Stop. I called out to her. She didn't say anything, and I walked downstairs. I went down about a half hour later to find a piece of paper with the words, "You're lucky, I'm scared too," on it. And a whole bunch of stuff was missing. I called the cops and locked myself in the bathroom, but I think they left when they realized I was still home. Probably the most scared I've ever been when I was hiding in the bathroom. No kidding. What the heck? Okay, this one's called "A Warning." And yes, again from Reddit. I saw a dead soldier's ghost in my barracks room before I was deployed. It was the guy's room who died on my company's last deployment, and I was the first to be assigned to it. He told me to be safe. He had half a head. I'm agnostic, but that makes me question it. Yeah, it certainly would me too. I've had 2 other experiences that I'm not quite convinced about, but my great-grandmother used to visit me in my dreams after she died for like 15 years. Okay. Let's see, this one's super long. Oh, heck no. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna make this the last one because it's pretty long, but it sounds pretty scary. It's called "A Home Invader Tries Every House in the Cul-de-Sac." Again from Reddit. Told the story of my parents' old house when I was living with them before college. I live in a small cul-de-sac in the middle of nowhere. Well, there you go, once again. Setting yourself up. The next nearest neighborhood is over 4 miles away. One night, a few years ago, we got over 1.5 feet of snow overnight, so far from the main roads, and on the weekend, I knew our roads will remain unplowed for quite some time. I knew our roads would remain unplowed for quite some time. I swear I can read. I went to my out back deck door to look at the snow-draped trees and the still heavily falling flurries and take some pictures when I noticed footprints leading to my door, then turning around and leaving. Oh, I hate this. I looked and saw that they came to my neighbor's side and thought that one of their more delinquent kids. I looked and saw that She begged them to keep looking, so they did. 2 of the cops went into the basement again. This time, only one came up. He took her to the side room and we could hear hysterical crying. By now, we were all out there. Me and a few of the other guys started toward the door when several police confronted us. They told us they found someone hiding under a cover opening in the stairwell that she didn't even know existed. They found someone hiding under a cover opening in the stairwell that she didn't even know existed. A few minutes later, a scruffy man screaming and kicking came out in cuffs and was led away. In his little camp, they found blankets she just cleaned and put away. In the room next to hers, she stayed in other people's houses for a long time before going back. Even then, she wouldn't stay alone. She sold the house the next summer